I love doing videos like this. This is gonna be low key uh another hate-a-thon type video where I put a young female Instagram user on blast where she'll put like a video of herself with her feminazi with her display of her feminaziism and she'll put like a meme out there and it'll be a lot of dudes in the comment section, right? Just reacting, but they'll be missing the point. They'll be missing the point. You know what I mean? And and on top of that, she'll prove another point too. When women say that they wear makeup and all this stuff, they do it for themselves and all that stuff. It's not necessarily that it's just a lie, but the thing is they're not telling the full story. They do these enhancements, BBL, makeup, so they can attract the most high to see what kind of how high of a value guy can I attract to see what kind of options, quote unquote options, I really have out here in the dating market spot. It's not even necessarily about, oh, them lying about I don't do this for me. Sorry, I don't do this for men. I do this for me. It's not them necessarily lying about that. It's just they're just trying to see not necessarily how much men they could attract. They're trying to see how high value of a man can I attract? Because if the average man is saying, "Hey, you look good without makeup. You don't need to put," she's not going to listen to that. She doesn't care about you. She's trying to see if a Christian Grey type dude comes around and say, "Oh, you look good without the makeup. Why don't you do it like this?" She'll listen then. So here's the video right here.
You know how men be like, oh, well, just because she got all dolled up and did her makeup and spent money and time on that doesn't justify her expecting a man to pay for the date. So you know damn well if I show up looking like this, you're going to be mad. You might have not asked for that, but you definitely did not ask for this. You know how men be like,
so right here. Now, after saying all of this, most of the men in this comment section were saying, honestly, let me fast forward to her.
oh, well, just because she got
I'm gonna fast forward her to her towards her face without the makeup.
all dolled up and did her makeup and spent money and time on that doesn't justify her expecting a man to pay for the date. So you know damn well if I show up looking like this, you're going to be mad.
So this is without the makeup. She's the average girl, right? Average, about what, 5, 6 out of 10, right? 5 out of 10, 6 out of 10 would be nice. So obviously, this is a girl that once she puts on the makeup, she goes from 5 out of 10 to an 8 out of 10 or a 7 out of 10. You know what I mean? And she looks in decent shape. She doesn't look fat. So, yeah. You know, but even then, even without the makeup, so with this face, without the makeup, she can still find a date. She can still find a date and actually find a dude to pay for the whole thing and everything. But what people miss, that's not what she's not looking for the average guy to say or to be like, oh, you don't need the makeup. And right here, the comment section is going to prove it. Most of the men in here are going to either compliment her by saying, honestly, you don't look bad without the makeup. Or they're going to say, I rather the woman show up without the makeup to see how she really looks like. So right here, you see most of these comments. I'm trying to understand what's wrong. You look great. But what you guys don't see, because you can see it because via my phone app, if the content creator replies to your comment, you see their comments first. So basically to all those comments, so right here, she was arguing against all the men that said she looked good without the makeup. And what these men don't understand right here. So right here, they said, explain what you mean by, she said, no, I look normal. After he said, honestly, you look amazing. And I don't doubt that he feels this way, but look, you're the average guy. You're probably not first of all, you're probably not the race she's looking for. And second of all, you don't got no clout. Now, if you were a rapper, if you were a person of status and you said that, she'd be like, oh, she would be like, oh, thank you. Now that's even worse, low key, if she responds like that. But she would accept the compliment because he has status. So right here, he says, what do you mean by normal? And this is where I come in because she doesn't want to attract the average guy. And right here, I said, and when I told her, and I said, by the way, I believe there's nothing wrong with that. I believe women should have the option to do something like that. You know what I mean? They don't even have to be honest about it, but I just know what it is. So I say there's nothing wrong with that. But I'd be trying to tell dudes, they're not trying to look for what you want. Meaning, if they can't attract the Chads, the Tyrones, or the top tier guys, the top earning guys, they're just like, fuck it. They're just like, fuck it. It's Chad or bust. I keep trying to tell people. So right here, she goes straight into, after I said this, which I didn't say nothing disrespectful. I'm just saying she doesn't want to attract the average guy. And I said, I don't even believe there's nothing wrong with that. And this is how she replied. She says, you make me want to jump off a bridge. And I said, please land safely. Oh, man. So right here, somebody else said, guys like normal. When I see ultra glammed out women, it gives bad vibes that they are going to be too full of themselves. But right here, now reverse it. Girls don't like normal. Guys like normal, right? If you, when it comes to attractiveness, it's literally in the eye of the beholder, especially when it comes to the guys, right? So obviously, physically is what's going to attract the guy. But what keeps the girl there is her personality, her agreeableness, her quote unquote femininity, right? And I put that in quotation marks. If she showed up like this, right? And the guy, because this clearly there's still a market for her, even if she looks like this, even though she's the average girl. But if she had a decent personality, just a decent personality, and she was quiet and she wasn't a feminist, she'd be far in life. I'm talking about far. There are women that I've been putting my ears to the street, and some of the dudes that are locking them down that I know, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, huh? But I know what it is. Because most women are on demon time. As soon as a guy finds a girl that's probably not showing off her private parts on the internet, no bikini pictures, just a regular average chick that's decent and doesn't have a ridiculous amount in terms of body count. Once they find a girl like this, they be like, I gotta lock this girl down. You don't even. I'm talking about dudes with paper locking down certain girls that I'll be like, I'll be even some of them that I know they didn't tell the dude that he had a high body count, but they came to the date or wherever they was going to, and she was quiet and she wasn't all glammed up, and she had a conservative looking dress on, or her where basically she has a small circle. The guys are like, oh my god, this might be the one. But because women will say, oh, the bar is low. No, the bar is low for women, bro. In today's age, the bar is extremely low. I could help this bitch out, honestly, because even with the marriage laws, there's still dudes out there. There's still they still want to get married, particularly when you're talking about white dudes, because white dudes they can't necessarily they can't escape the matrix because their predecessors made the matrix for for them, so they can't escape it. So they're gonna have to find wives. You know what I mean? This is what black dudes need to also understand when it comes to white dudes. They can't escape the matrix. If you're a black man, they don't really expect you to be married anyway. So you could literally, low key, black men can live their life with freedom if they choose. If they make if they so they if they choose. So this is what black men don't understand. This is why this is what a lot of black men don't understand. But I'll say this for this girl here. All she has to do is drop this whole feminazism that she learned from college, drop the attitude, and be humble, and she could actually lock down a decent, like hardworking, high earning dude. She could, even with his face, without no makeup. But like I said, the goal for women that look like this is not the average guy. It's not, they're not even looking at the average guy as an option. Even nowadays, I don't even think they're even looking at them as a last resort. You see these girls out here now. I'm talking about they be single moms too. They rather live in a car, in a tent. You got these girls now living out their vans, out of buses, out of their cars and stuff. They rather do all of that than submit to a decent, hardworking man. Like I said, it's chat or bust. Chat or bust. Even if they're a single mom, their standards are now all of a sudden it's all the way up here. You know what I mean? This is what most men don't understand yet. And by the way, this later interaction. Oh, hold on for a second. Yeah, this later, I think she deleted a comment. I think she deleted because I was standing up for one of the guys out there because she made like somebody had, it was a dude that made a thoughtful comment. This is how you know this girl's on demon time. She had made there was a comment, whatever, and the dude kind of about 6 to 7 lines. He wrote out his thoughts and was very respectful to her. And for some reason, she was like, too long. Instead of just saying too long, didn't read. She didn't say that. She said, if you want me to read this, pay me on Venmo. So I'll read this because I'm not a professor. And I was just like, what? I swear to God, she said this. I'm not lying. I swear to God, she said this. I was just like, and I literally said, you wrote you said, I said, you responded to all my shit, but you wouldn't respond to this man and he was being respectful towards you because too long didn't read. So most of the comments is saying, I'd be happier if you showed up like that. But hey, good to confirm the well-known fact that women wear makeup for men, even if they don't realize it. And right here, she says, sir, I wouldn't dare to step out in public looking like this. What many men forget to realize is that women are humans capable of individual thoughts. We all do things, go out for different reasons. Like I said, what men don't understand, they're not. Oh, man. Anyways, but if you look at her profile here, right? This is a feminist. This is a feminist. Oh, Lord. Here. Oh, I did. You know what? I did not see this. Hold on for a second.
People often ask me, why the are you like this? I tell them, doctor says ADHD.
And by the way, guys, I'll say this. Shout out to the incels because they put me onto the dog pill. And if you guys don't know what the dog pill, don't put it on your regular Google search. Go under, was it the incel wiki page or the incel forums, and they'll explain to you what the dog pill is. I'm not accusing her of anything, but I'm just saying from 2024 on, I'm talking about if she is single and she has a dog. If she is single and she has a dog, do not go out with that girl. Especially if you're talking about a Caucasian female and she has a dog. Just don't do it. And like I said, you could do your own research on the dog pill. I'm not accusing this woman of anything, but yeah.
TikTok says it's autism, and sure, I guess I agree. But that explanation still feels like an oversimplified box to be placed in. And the truth is, I'm just beginning to scratch the surface of my truth. Like a storm, it's scary trying to decipher the lightning and thunder of what happened to me. The process forcing me to leave the comfort of my home, survival mode, and out into the open.
Yeah, she's saying all the all the code words, survival mode. And what is this thing with white bitches all of a sudden saying that they all have autism? What the hell is that all about? Oh my God. You got these bitches now. They all swear they got autism now. I don't know where this stuff is coming from. Well, it's coming from TikTok, but I don't know where this shit came from.
To get drenched. At first, you shiver from being wet and cold, searching to find shelter after shelter, only to realize that under a storm so heavy, they all begin to leak. Eventually, there's nowhere safe to hide, nowhere left to go.
By the way, I hope you know this bitch is broke. Just to let you know, don't be fooled by what you see on Instagram. These bitches be broke. I'm talking about really on survival mode for real, for real.
Inside. Like anything in life, practice makes perfect, and slowly but surely you learn how to dance in the rain. And while you still may feel wet and cold, you begin to feel free, knowing that no matter the storm, you just may be able to weather anything, as long as you keep dancing. I was inspired to write and share this by the following quote. To everyone learning how to dance in the rain,
Yeah. But that wasn't actually the post I was looking for, but right here. This is I'm sorry, because I saw that and I saw the dog there. I was like, uh-oh. that's I'm sorry, man. Shout out. I wanted to give a special shout out to the incels because it's funny how incels be living rent free in the normies' mind. So that what they do is they try to lump the incels into the RP, even though the incels in the RP space are just two separate spaces. Like people in the RP don't even want to claim the incels at all. But I wanted to say shout out to the incels because they put me onto some information that I had that the Muslims really put me, people of the Nation of Islam low key put me onto it first, but they were going off the guise of, man, stay away from white women. They be doing things. So they came across of that, but the incels, they kind of put it in order what I have to watch out for when it comes to the dog pill. Anyway, I don't want you guys to lose your lunch. So here we have the video, the reaction video to the initial video that I put you guys on.
did her makeup and spent money and time on that doesn't justify her expecting a man to pay for the date. You know damn well if I show up looking like this, you're gonna be mad. Here's the thing, women wear makeup and men wear personalities. I can debate the comments under this post from so many different angles. Ladies, you and I know that gaslighters gonna gaslight regardless of data, historical context, or fact. And trying to get men to understand that empathy is an important skill to practice is emotionally draining. Let's cut to the chase. What the men in these comments prefer is none of my business. I don't care. History has shown us the preferences of oppressors do not benefit the oppressed. Men who say they'd be happier if a woman they're dating didn't put effort into their appearance is a prime example of men centering themselves. What about what makes her happy? Oh, well, women only wear makeup for men. People do things for multiple reasons, you Neanderthal. I consider a date a special occasion because my time is valuable. If a man feels like a date,
my time is valuable, aka she has a price. Anyway,
isn't special enough to put effort into making a good first impression, that just lets me know that he doesn't feel spending time with me is significant for him. Men know if they showed up as themselves, aka the person they become in the locker room, we wouldn't like them. Furthermore, if you don't feel like making good impressions is important, and you don't get joy from seeing me happy and girly, then we're not compatible, period. Did her makeup and spent money and time on that.
like I said, she's not listening to y'all. right here. This is the comment I'm looking for. So she says, all you said was men. So, right, one of the guys, he said, all you said was men would be mad if you showed up like this. And the men replied, that's not true. And now you're gaslighting. She literally said in her comment, men would be mad if I showed up like this. And the men in the comment section said, no. And then she makes a response and act like these guys were villains for saying that. Like I said, you can't make this stuff up. You cannot make this stuff up. Can't make this stuff up. And right here, a woman says, I don't wear makeup and I'm literally trying to figure out how to be absolutely repulsive for straight dudes without being ugly and repulsive for myself and other women. Any ideas, please? Oh, Lord. but like I said, what I'm telling you, they're doing everything they can in their power. Today's women are doing everything in their power to avoid having to even interact with the average man. This is what women are doing. Going to college for umpteenth years, living in tents, having pets, you know what I mean? Having furry babies, right? They're doing everything in their power to avoid being with the average man. Everything. Because you'll even see like those playful videos like, okay, how to attract a man. I need you to dress up, and then it'll just show them wearing sweatpants. All right, make sure your hair is done, and then she leaves her hair messy. It's basically what they're trying to do. Everything they can to avoid the average man. Now, what's interesting, because honestly, I don't mind them doing what they do, but the problem is this. Something will happen to a woman like in a car, right, or in a subway where they'll be by themselves and there'll be predators around, and then they want these same men, right? That it's not like, okay, fine, I don't want to attract you, but it'll be like a woman trying to attract the average dude, and they will shame the average woman. I'm talking about shame them into not going out with the average man. Because or they'll shame the passport bros for looking for women elsewhere. And you're just like, do you want us to have anything? Or is this like you're just mad that men exist, just the average man existing in general? And they will want, and then at the same token, something happens to a woman, they want the average man to put their life on the line for a woman that won't even look twice at him. Or if he did have a girl, you'd be trying to convince that girl to leave the man. it's you'll be like, wow, how entitled is the average American woman in 2024? So much so that if even another woman is looking for that average dude, she will convince that woman to be away from the man just because she doesn't see nothing in that man. This is what we're dealing with. This is the type of effery that we're dealing with. Because because this woman here, she can't attract the dudes that she wants. She is now going to spread her rhetoric on how we got to avoid all these dudes. And really, the crux of her problem is because the Chads don't treat her like the tens that she the 10 that she thinks she is. Now everybody has to suffer.